Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Interesting. I got inspired to make this video from watching this clip from atheist Sam Harris.
Ask yourselves, what is wrong with spending eternity in hell? Well, I'm told it's rather hot there, for one. Okay, the whole point of Christianity, or so it is imagined, is to safeguard the eternal well-being of human souls.
You guys think his ears get Wi-Fi?
I'm sorry.
There's some Christians who, when asked, like, what is the Bible about, will refer to this handy acronym. Their intentions, I'm sure, are harmless, but they're wrong. The acronym Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth is in 100% alignment with Sam Harris's idea that all Christianity is about is making sure you go to heaven. But don't worry, because that's not what the Bible's about. How do you know this, you punky dumpling? Because I read it. Yeah, from cover to cover. I actually was one of those people who started in Genesis, somehow made it through Leviticus, and all the way to Revelation. This video is about what the Bible is about, and why what the Bible is about sets it apart from what other religions are about. Specifically when it comes to other religions with their own handy book, like Mormanism and Islam. Islam. The angel Gabriel, he visits Muhammad in the desert like 1500 years ago, and he tells him that the Christians, they have a corrupted Bible. It's not true. But then that's when Gabriel gives Muhammad a new book. Wow. With instructions on how to get to heaven, called the Quran. In the 1800s, Joseph Smith was in his backyard, probably doing something weird, and he was trying to decide if he should be Protestant or Catholic, when I think it was like Jesus and God the Father, they appear to him and, yeah, that's right, you guessed it. They tell him that the Christian Bible has been distorted. So that's when the angel Macaroni gives him a new book called the Book of Mormon. Wow! So how is the Bible different? In lots of ways, but in particular, some homies in the Bible, they ask Jesus this exact question. They ask, who then can be saved? But Jesus looked at them and he goes, with man this is impossible. Shoot! That pops a hole in Sam's safeguarding the eternal life idea. Kinda destroys the whole basic instructions before leaving Earth idea too, if it's literally impossible. But wait! Jesus says this at the end, but with God! All things are possible. I cannot emphasize God in that sentence enough. How lame would Christianity be if it were another in a long line of these suspect religious rituals that for whatever reason please God? What are you doing? This is what makes Christ different. It's about what God has done for us, not what we can do for Him. Ooh. So let's reconcentrate on the basic instructions part of this. Does the Bible have basic instructions? Yes.
Do not fight, do not cheat, wash your hands before you eat.
Should they be followed? Yes. This streamer made sure to correct me on that in one of my videos.
This is John 14:15 from the King James Bible. If ye love me, keep my commandments. Say it ain't so. I thought that was all done away with.
But instructions are not what the Bible is about. There's only one book in the 66-book Protestant canon that doesn't directly mention it, and it's Esther. But the overall message of Esther's willingness to sacrifice herself for her people is a foreshadowing to Jesus. Genesis is about God creating everything. Exodus is about God saving Israel from slavery. And in the second to last book of the Bible, Jude in fact says that Jesus specifically was the one who led the Jews out of Egypt. Samuel, through the rest of the Old Testament, is about God giving Israel into the hands of Babylon. The Gospel is about God saving us from sin. The letters of the apostles are about how to live now that God has saved us. You see, we want the Bible to be about us so that we can have control and have a say over what's going on. Another word for the bloodthirst for control is pride. Pride is the root of every sin. That's why the Bible is not about us, it's about God. Now let's look at the before leaving Earth part. Heaven is part of Christianity and the Bible, but in some sense it's really not supposed to be. God made everything on Earth, and when He did that, He made it perfect.
That'll do, donkey.
Because of sinful man, our world has fallen and we desire a better home. Instead of constantly moaning about leaving it,
why does everything bad always happen to me? Answer me, guy in box and guy on cross.
let's try to observe the words of Jesus, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." And let's try to make earth more like heaven.